Okay, one of the most important things for us to learn for jiu-jitsu is to have a good guard retention, or not only good guard retention, but on how to have a good guard, especially in the open guard position, because this is one of the most common positions that we usually end for, and especially if you're a white belt or you're a beginner, this is one of the most important things for us to try to understand. So this is one of the things that I personally tried to develop for the past 1 year maybe, to actually on how I'm able to have like a good guard. Okay, and there are 9 tips that I'm going to share today on how do you want to have a good guard retention. So I'm going to share on each of these. Tips number 1, have a good frame. So now imagine when Omar tried to go for knee guard position from here. So whenever I push here, if assume I don't have a good frame for me to able to hold him, it's going to be very hard for me to actually hold him back, especially if I'm just pushing here. It's not going to work, because if I push him, now Omar try to just continue to work on the pass. He's able to pass easily. So instead of me just framing him, go back to the position. Now what I want to do is I'm not only just pushing him, but I'm holding him here. Okay, so now Omar try to continue. It's going to be a bit more hard. But of course, I don't want to stay in this position for the next 5 minutes or for the next 10 minutes, because he eventually is going to pass. So this frame, just to help me to temporarily hold him in this position. Tips number 2, disengage. So what do I mean by disengage? So we go back to the same position where now Omar put me in knee guard. I know that this position I'm not safe, and I really don't want to stay here, because if assume I stay here, like I mentioned earlier on, he's going to pass. So now I'm able to disengage by just pushing myself out and then reset back to a neutral position. Tips number 3, knees close to your chest. Okay? So what do I mean by knees close to my chest is, so now we're going to, in this angle. So I've been learning over the years, of whenever I learn about guard, sometimes people tend to like just put their leg in front and try to control the hips. Omar, step forward. To control the hips from here. Ideally, many people mention that this is quite a good position, but not really for me, because I find that whenever I'm in this position, now it creates a lot of space for him to pass. So instead of me doing so, my goal is to bring my knees as close as possible to my chest. Okay? So now I'm here. So if Omar tries to walk on the pass, now I'm also able to like just circle my leg and just play around with here. So if I'm still putting my leg here, all Omar have to do is push my leg down or pin my leg. Now he's able to pass. Tips number 4, aside from bringing your knees close to your chest, now I'm also going to bring my elbow as close as possible to my chest. I'm not going to try to extend it a lot. So we're going to, same thing, we're going to explore the position. So now instead of me just being here and then just trying to extend my hand here, or just bringing my hand somewhere here, I'm exposing my hand towards unnecessary attacks from here. So instead of doing so, I'm going to bring my knees as close as possible to my chest and try to hide my elbows in here. So if Omar try to like go to any position from here, so now I extend whenever it's necessary. But if it's not necessary, whenever we are back in neutral position, I'm going to stay here. Okay? So same thing if Omar already passed my guard. If assuming he already passed my guard, and now from here, see this is where the elbow is very important for me to stay close, because I don't want to be here. So instead, whenever I'm here, I'm able to push him in. Now, go back to my safe position. Tips number 5, do not overextend. Okay. So now I'm in this position. Even when Omar tried to like push me or put a lot of pressure, now from here I don't want to like really kick him, because this is where I'm also opening up for him to attack. So if assume from here, now he pushed me in, this is where, if I push him back, this is where he's working on the pass from this position. So same thing one more time. So instead of when he's doing that, I'm safe here. Instead of me trying to push him away, all I have to do is just snatch this out, or I'm able to just stay here and I'm safe from here. If I try to extend, now this is where I'm opening up for a pass. Okay, tips number 6, stay alive. This is what Professor Marlon Mikey likes to say, stay alive. So what do we mean by staying alive? Especially when we are close guard, now this is a very comfortable position for us. So now, instead of me just putting myself up and curling myself up from here, what I don't encourage you all to do is just bring your head to the back and then just stay here. Because now, I don't have mobility from here. So if assume I'm here, when Omar tries to walk on the pass, see, there's nothing much I can do. But when I try to stay alive and I curl myself up from here, now Omar try to move. Okay, tips number 7, my ability to use my leg in a different position. So now we're going to go back to the example where Omar put on a knee cut for me. So now, he's spinning my leg, and now this is where I'm able to hold him from here. But in order for me to actually able to like escape this position, sometimes if I'm not able to bring this leg back forward, so instead of me doing so, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to push, bring this leg up. Now, whenever I'm able to like frame with my leg, now it's very hard for Omar to finish the pass. So if Omar try to pass, it's going to be very hard. Okay? So now next position, if Omar already almost able to pass, when I circle here, see this is where I'm going to put this frame, bring myself back up again. Tips number 8, forward shrimp. Before we go on to the partner, also just to understand how we want to do forward shrimp motion is, I'm going to put my toes on the floor, and move up. Put my toes on the floor, move up. So this is how I'm able to use this movement to also have a good guard from here. So now, same thing. Omar going to work on a knee cut. So now, I frame. This is where I'm going to use my bottom leg, push it down to go for a forward shrimp, to go back to my neutral position from here. We go back down, forward shrimp. Now I'm safe. And the last and final tips number 9, the ability to use Grandby. So now Omar going to try to work on Tornado position. So now from here, when he tried to go for Tornado, now whenever he push, and he feel this position. So whenever he feel this position now, when Omar tried to push my leg down, so now this is where I'm going to get up. When he's trying to move, I'm going to keep going. Now, I'm able to use the Grandby to reset for the position. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you like my video, don't forget to click the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Us.